أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم افتح علينا حكمتك وانشر علينا رحمتك يا ذا الجلال والإكرام لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. Now, inshallah, from the second fruit, 24th word, 5th branch, second fruit. So, we can start from the beginning of the paragraph and we can share on the talk, because we started last week from the first paragraph, first sentence of the paragraph, but we were there only in only first sentence we studied. So we will go over, inshallah, the second, from the second. Okay. Can you please?
O soul, worship is not the introduction to additional rewards, but the result of previous bounties. Yes, we have received our wage and are accordingly charged with the duties of service, that is worship. Because, O soul, since the all-glorious Creator, who clothed you in existence, which is pure good, has given you a stomach and appetite through his name of provider, he has placed before you all foods on a table of bounties.
This is the first thing that we have already given. What we have been discussing starting from the last week, first, we defined what worship is. So, worship is not that we do something in order to expect something in return. We do something because it is right. And this is also how the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ described the case, although it seems to be very simple way of answering, but it is a deep thinking that somebody asked the Prophet, does God know everything? That's what we know, Qadar. And the Prophet said, yes, everything is settled. Everything is decided. That's very subtle, very subtle. And should we not do anything then? Because everything is fine. But what does it mean? Now the Prophet said, no, you should do what you want to do, what you are supposed to do. Seems to be a very simple answer. But it defines what worship is. Worship is not to be done in order to affect your qadr. You shouldn't think about it. You have to take notice of your responsibility. But what will happen to you is known to the Creator from eternity. That is completely different from your responsibility. It seems to be very simple. The answer is, no, you should do what you are expected to do. Do you see the simple answer? But at the same time, everything is already decided. So how are we going to reconcile these two? But of course, the Prophet used to always speak with a very simple language. Very simple language. So that the people everybody can understand according to their capacity, according to their concentration. So from there, from the answer of the Prophet, what we understand, look, don't mess up with God's responsibility. Take care of your responsibility. whether qadar or God knows everything before we do, none of your business. How do you define God? Who is God? Define. Who is God? When you say God knows everything, who is God? What are you talking about? Or who are you talking about? The one who created the universe, but what we understand from the universe is a space only. It means this universe. But this universe has time dimension as well. Did you get it? So from the beginning to the end of the existence totally depends on the one who creates the universe, or who has already created the universe with its space and time dimensions. How can we understand this? Absolute. The creator must be absolute. If someone does not develop this understanding that creator must be absolute, cannot solve any problem, cannot do anything in this world, really. Why? Because he will always confuse, he or she will always confuse his responsibility and God's position. Mix up, always mix up. Why does God do these questions, all these meaningless questions? Mind your business, what we understand from the answer of the Prophet, which is very profound. Although very simple, but very profound. You cannot comprehend the absolute, but you can understand that he must be absolute, so you mind your business. For example, are you going to do something because you are going to be rewarded? No. It is not a human relationship. It is not your work conditions. You go to the company, you work, and at the end of the month, they pay you. But worship is nothing to do with horizontal relationship. Worship has everything to do with vertical relationship. Vertical means, since I am now the first, why we have to worship? Because we have been given existence. The first sentence we read today. Because we have been given existence. We have to appreciate it. We have to express our feeling. Of course, you can appreciate your existence as much as you are aware of your existence. But come on, who's not? I would say, no. The question is, who is aware of his existence in this day and age? Who thinks of his existence? We just take it for granted. So we have to say, look, since I exist, it is incredible. It is unimaginable. It is unimaginable to exist. How come we exist? But we do exist. So when we always keep talking about existence, because the fundamental matter for any rational thinking or emotional thinking based on realization of existence. If any argument doesn't take existence into account, this argument is bound to fail. Philosophical, theological, religious, whatever you call them, bound to fail. When the existence is skipped or ignored, everything becomes pointless. So if I exist now, I have to think about my existence. Look, I have been given existence, and not only my existence in physical terms, but As a human being, I have been given existence with enormous, endless human qualities. They all exist. How? So you say, well, I'm made like this. Very simple. That is how I am made. So, worship is based on our responsibility. So simple. I really like the prophet's treatment of the people, because they are not intellectually trained people. They cannot really go into details, but the prophet was speaking to them in a very subtle way, a very profound way. The answer is very simple, but you can dig into the answer and get any satisfactory answer to your questions. Very simple. No. You have to do what you are supposed to do. Mind your business. Don't mess up with absolutes. Business you cannot comprehend. Absolute. Very simple. But we have to understand that we cannot comprehend absolute if you think about it. But if some people are not trained to reason or think, reflect on subject and think deeply, they say, okay, I have to take care of my business. So the first thing we read today, since we exist, I have to appreciate my existence, together the existence of all my human qualities, and I have to appreciate it, state it, or respond to my existence. So you have to feel, oh, to the one who gave you existence. How? You cannot explain it in terms of, you cannot explain existence in terms of this world. We have to think about it. It is not easy. Okay. Because it says, no, you are clothed, you are clothed in existence, which is pure good. Because just because you exist, it is unimaginable. It's not like there are two things, then you prefer one of them over the other. No. You exist and you exist. Is there an alternative? No. We cannot think, we cannot imagine. There's no other alternative. There is only you exist, that's it. You cannot imagine non-existence. Just you appreciate it, your existence now. Be aware of it, actually. Simple. Yeah?
I don't understand the pure good part.
Yeah, because as long as you exist in any form, it is the best. There is no. There is sorry?
How can you know that?
Because
You
that
can't
is no
imagine
other.
otherwise.
No, that is why you have to appreciate what you are already. Whatever you are, be conscious of it.
But it doesn't have to mean that that's the best thing.
Yeah, the best thing. Because the alternative is unimaginable. The alternative is unimaginable.
Just because it's unimaginable, does that mean that
Yeah.
I can't compare?
You cannot.
Just because, I mean, I don't know, what if there was a way that like say I'm existing right now and I have health problems. I can imagine if I was born healthy, I would have been happier.
You are comparing your health problem with another creature's way of being created, another creature's situation. But including your health problem, you exist with your health problem. So you have to say, I'm giving the, again, sense of not liking having a health problem that is different from existence, your reality, your existence as you are.
Right, but I'm not objecting to that. I'm objecting to the part that says it's pure good.
Pure good, yeah.
Just the existence.
Yes.
Regardless of what flavor of existence it is. Regardless of what my disposition is.
Because how can you, for example, think that, no, it is better that I'm not a plant, but a human being. First, as far as the existence is concerned, you exist as you are, and your consciousness must be concentrating on your existence as you are. And then you can make comparisons as a conscious being. But first, we have to concentrate on our existence, and the existence is pure good as far as the existence is concerned. When you compare your existence with another existent being, you say, oh, it is good that I am not a stone. Because your consciousness starts thinking now. The existence of your consciousness is pure good. Existence of your institution is pure good. Why? You cannot compare your existence with non-existence. So whatever it is, so as long as we exist, can you imagine? We have no right to exist. We have no right to claim that I want to exist like this or like that. It is already given freely. It is free, pure, good. You can imagine pure good. Existence is pure good. The alternative is non-existence, we cannot imagine. After understanding that we exist, then we compare the existence, my existence, with the existence of another being. That is legitimate. That's how we are given the quality to make this comparison. But as we frequently mention this, we do not appreciate existence. Why? No one says existence is important. Have you noticed your existence? Go and stop people there. Have you ever thought that you exist now? What do you say? What? That's how I am. Look, existence is taken for granted. That's why we are not used to thinking the value of existence. We don't notice. So if you say, I want to have a healthy life, I want to have a better life, more luxurious life, or better life financially, socially, whatever. These are legitimate considerations, but these are not the subject of this sentence now. Because after being existed, you make comparison. We don't, can you imagine, only through the reality that you exist, you are aware of everything. Even you are aware that you need a healthy life.
Only by being aware of your own existence.
Yeah, and then say, I prefer to be healthy. I prefer to be wealthy. I prefer to be, I don't know, in this land or another land. but only after you realize your existence. What we do, we ignore the existence, skip the existence, and then start making comparison and say, this is not the best. Now, we don't deny these senses, but the senses are not used in the right place as far as the existence side of the matter is concerned. So we have to just say, I'm very grateful. Of course, it needs consciousness. I am very grateful that somebody gave me existence. Huh? You cannot really value existence. You cannot imagine the value of existence.
Why do you say that? Like, why do you say that? That we can't really imagine the value of existence?
Because we don't really think about it.
But we can't. We can't, though.
Practically speaking, I said, yeah. So that's why we should always start from the base. Look, I exist. That's one thing. That's the foundation. I exist. And then I exist like this, like that, and there are other things also existing around me, and make comparison. You say then, this is good or better for this purpose. The other one is better for this purpose. You start making comparisons, but all of these take place after becoming aware of existence. Okay. All the arguments, philosophical arguments, whatever, human arguments, all the questions, critics, if you notice, they argue about the matter without taking the importance of existence into account. So let's say I have two eyes, and let's say, well, people have two eyes, I have one eye. Yeah, I have one eye. And I say, why did the Creator create me with one eye? Why not two? What is wrong with this question?
Person is not focusing on existence.
Existence of one eye. Existence of the consciousness of one eye. Existence of the tenant or ability to prefer two eyes over one eye. Existence is skipped. And this person struggles to get the answer and thinks that he cannot get the answer. God is being unfair to him. The Creator is being unfair to him. Did you get it? Why? Because he is not starting from being created or given existence with even one eye, whatever it is, or non-eye, without any eye, blind. But he exists as we call it blind, as a blind person. Or a tree exists as a tree. An animal exists as an animal, but exists.
Just so that I make sure that I understand, so are you saying that the problem starts when we compare ourselves to the status of existence of other creatures, and then say, why does he have two eyes and I have only one? But both of us did not have a right to have an eye to begin with, right?
Well, I have no claim that I should have it. But the reality is that I am given existence. That is the point we have to pay attention to existence, even of the situation that we are not happy.
But is it theoretically, even at least theoretically, possible to think that there could be a status of existence where you, like where you prefer to have not existed than to have existed?
Preference is imagination. You cannot imagine what non-existence is. Even while you are preferring non-existence, let's say people confuse that committing suicide is preferring non-existence. They think that it is still you use your existence.
Okay.
Still you use your existence.
Right. So I cannot prefer non-existence. Okay. But for me to be grateful to the existence giver,
yeah.
I have to be satisfied with the status of my existence. Right? Like I eat food and I'm happy and therefore I am grateful. I mean, I don't
realize existence.
Yeah.
You have to first realize existence.
Yes. I think you might have meant this. Status of existence, not the position of in this position or another position of existence. No, the state of existence means the fact that I exist in any form. I have no alternative, and everything comes after realizing the fact that you exist. Get it? No. Look, anything compared with another existence is missing the foundation. We may not be trained in thinking in this way.
No, that's fine. I'm not comparing to other beings,
Okay.
but within my own existence, because I'm a conscious human being, I feel like for example, I don't need somebody to tell me that I need two eyes. I just have the innate sort of like desire to have eyes. So if somebody creates me with the need but does not provide for that need, then would I still be grateful for just the existence as is?
As we are. No, what? Now it is the second step now.
Again.
Second step. If only my creator had created me with two eyes, I would be happier. So that is a legitimate desire, but this desire is not to be used to criticize the creator. He did something wrong, but try to understand the wisdom in being created with one eye, not two. So you acknowledge, or the people and you, whatever, whoever, acknowledge that, yes, I exist. I am very grateful that I am aware of my existence. And I prefer to have two eyes. How can I have it? That's simple now. Only the one who creates other creatures that I see and make comparison with them, and it can make me with two eyes. He is the source of creation of eyes. So this is the point in being created in this world, because we understand that this world exists, but it is a kind of existence that is temporary, transient, changing, but at the same time, it is a sign that since I exist, the one who gave me existence and didn't want me to be with one eye, didn't want to be, through the senses, the creator is letting me know, didn't want me to be to have a miserable life, didn't want me to be satisfied with the transient world, transient type of creation. It means the creator is telling me that there will be a perfect, permanent creation that you are desiring, and this sense is given to you by me. Acknowledge it. It's a transient place for now after everything for acknowledgement. That's why we say worship is equal to acknowledgement, fundamentally. But acknowledging in different ways, you acknowledge your gratefulness by smiling, by verbal action, or by doing something to the one who favored you by giving you some present, for example, maybe giving something back to him, etc. The ways of acknowledgement actually is told by the prophets or employed teachers, exemplary human beings. You have to be like this man. So they demonstrated. These are the secondary, even third degree concerns. Now we will come to them. Yeah. Now we have to establish that the most precious thing that we should notice, existence, and our worship must be presented, or appreciation must be presented to the one who gave me existence. So it becomes very simple. Who gave you your existence? Very simple. How? But can you find anything in the universe which is the source of existence of anything? So there must be one. And this one is definitely the one who gave the existence to everything. Whether I am aware of the everything means, no, everything exists, must be from him. Whether I know it or I don't know it, knowledge is nothing. Knowledge is not very important. Consciousness, awareness is important. Whether somebody may think that there are 1 million, or no, in a primitive society, some people may think that there are 1,000 stars, yeah, existing. The one who created this universe created 1,000 stars. What's wrong with it? Nothing. The number is wrong only. So this person may go and learn that not 1,000 stars. In a galaxy, there are 1 billion stars. Still, the conclusion will be the same. Oh, the one who created this universe created it with 1 billion stars, not 1,000. Doesn't matter. Do you understand? Doesn't matter, because the problem is not with the number. Problem is with acknowledgement. Acknowledgement of the source of existence. So the time comes, people discover not 1 billion stars, come on, 1 billion galaxies. Okay. It is even awesome, more admiring for me, but fundamental approach is the same. So knowledge in and of itself is not essential for your worship. Just that, let's say you are born in a village and you have never been out of the village. It's all right. You can die in the village. Still, what you think, well, there are some other neighboring villages as well, maybe 10, 20 villages, and 20 villages exist. 20 villages exist, right? Mm-hmm. If this person appreciates the existence of 20 villages and saying that, who gave this existence to 20 villages? He's on the right track.
This is acknowledging.
Yeah. Acknowledging the source of existence. This is the problem. And this person has solved the problem. That is worship. Right? Okay.
Just a follow-up question too. What's the next step after you've
Sorry?
What's the next step after you've acknowledged it?
Next step? Make comparisons and what you are given.
That's what we currently do. Is that what we're supposed to do?
Sorry?
Is that what we currently do? Is that what you're saying, or is that what we're supposed to do?
Yeah. But when we make the comparison with others, always everybody has something lacking in his fortune, if you like, in the portion of his creation. And always there are some people, everybody thinks that I am better than this one, but lower and under this one. Comparisons start. So accordingly, we will develop. Now, we will carry on now. But if someone has not solved and made sure about the existence, this person cannot solve any problem in the following steps. He has to mess up.
Did you say everyone has something lacking?
Yeah, definitely, comparatively, because
that?
your consciousness says,
even the richest person always feels like there's someone.
or knowledge-wise, or you think that you're, for example, you are not as clever as the other person, or another person. There are always something better than you. This is what I mean?
So that's wrong. That's why if you focus on the existence part, then you realize that existence is given to you. Then when you go on comparing yourself with other beings, that's a healthy way
yes.
of
Yeah, comparing. Well, healthy way. But you have to understand what is the problem with the world, with the philosophers, with the people who really think the matters and try to solve human problems. They skip the existence and then they cannot solve any problem.
Where do you learn about existence? Do the scriptures pushes you in terms of?
No, of course scripture pushes you, definitely.
Right.
And the prophets remind you, and your consciousness reminds you. But why do we think that our consciousness is not working in this way? Why do you think? And it means our consciousness doesn't really pay attention to the existence. Why? Yeah, because we don't really think ourselves. We are carried away or follow the mob, or what is the expression?
Flow.
Follow the flow. Of course, the punishment is very severe. Punishment in ourselves is very severe. We miss the point. In the flow, everybody says, this is better, this is nice, I have this, I don't have this. Don't say who I am, what I am. So this is the culture. Not necessarily that one has to be an atheist not to think about the existence. Still, someone may make sense of believing in God and following a religion compared to other positions, may definitely omit the reality of paying attention to existence. And what this person has to do, has to make his worship in terms of, no, this person. No, if someone ignores existence, has to make comparison. It means I did this, what God is going to do to me? Comparison. So he has an understanding of religion, yeah, but be careful here. And he thinks he believes in God, he believes in God, Look, be careful.
Who are we talking about?
The person who skipped existence
Okay.
and is following a religion and doing his religious duties. Still, he has to fall into a mistake. We cannot escape it because he will always have a worldview which is always compare. So the most problem is Sultan, can you take care of that at the door? Yeah.
So this person will always compare.
Yeah. And in his worship also, he has to compare now.
Worship.
I did this. This is my religious duty. God is going to reward me with paradise. This user or this person has to use religious concepts in order to satisfy his inquiry or get a right answer to his inquiry. Why? Because his worldview is based on comparison. So we have to understand that if we start from existence, I have to be grateful to my maker, whoever gave me existence, made me. And then I have to use my senses accordingly. That's why the answer of the Prophet was so simple, but so profound. Theologically very profound. You have to do what you are supposed to do in yourself. Yeah, you have a sense of being thankfulness. Take care of yourself, be thankful. So nothing in expectation in return. Just because you have been given this sense, put it into practice. Do we have the sense of appreciation? Put it into practice. Put it into practice. It's so simple. Express yourself. Was the door closed? Downstairs door closed to the stairs?
Yeah.
Did you open it? No. Okay. So you cannot open it. You have to go back from here. But okay. So I don't think we had enough emphasis on the importance of this matter, but I think that is enough for today, because we will go to the comparisons now.
So should I ask my question later then? I have another question. Okay. Okay. You started explaining this line with saying that the people or prophet told the people that the creator has everything like mapped out, settled.
Okay, everything is set.
Right. And
from the beginning to the end.
Right.
Yeah.
So does that, now that we're going into understanding existence or have understood existence to a certain point, is the point that you're trying to make that the purpose of our existence at that stage is to go through whatever is settled and acknowledge and experience and learn?
No.
Okay.
First, mind your business.
But it is my business.
Which one?
My purpose of my existence,
Yeah.
right? It's my purpose.
No, your purpose of your existence is first to notice your existence. And existence of feelings.
Right.
Existence of your qualities given to you. Even you make comparisons, this is better, this is worse, whatever. The quality of making comparisons exists. Appreciate the creator. You get it? So mind your business. Mind your business means, in fact, just take care of your existence and use your qualities as given to you with the consciousness that they are given to you. So you got to use it.
Right.
For example, when you are hungry, you got to eat something. It's given to you. So when you say that, look, we speak about the value of one eye, for example. It really is worth $1 million. Who wouldn't give $1 million to recover his eyes if he has it? Who wouldn't give it? That's a good reason. But before this, the sense of appreciating the existence of an eye is given to you. You cannot compare it with anything. You can compare the eye with its existence and comparatively to another person that you have one eye, not two. But we should never miss that even this sense exists only through the existence of this sense that you realize that you'd better have two eyes. This point should never ever be forgotten. So the people who asked the Prophet, the person who asked the Prophet, shall we now stop it? Because everything is decided, set down. Everything is set. So from the beginning to the end. And the Prophet said, no, you should do what you are supposed to do. Keep doing actions. And the person, of course, the narrators and other commentators, to be very simplistic, they say, okay, we have to do our ubudiyah, although God decided about everything. So they start arguing accordingly, God decides accordingly. These are secondary subjects. But what we have to do, for example, let's say I am ill or I am about to die and I see young people around me and I really desire not to die. Yeah? So this sense reminds me that I prefer being alive over being dead. But what am I going to do with this sense? First, whatever, I have to realize that I have been given such a sense. Right? So who is the one who gave it to me? Search for it. Who is the one who gave it to you? Search for it. Do you understand? And then appreciate the value of this sense, which prefers life over death. This is given to you. The one who gave it to you, not the one a part of this universe, not the thing a part of this universe. The one who gave it to you is the one who created everything from the beginning to the end. Not only space-wise, time-wise as well. So try to think the wisdom in it so you can understand that he is doing this in giving or creating this type of creation in order to fulfill one purpose. What is that? To know the source of your existence, to know the source of the existence of all of your human values, human qualities. That is the point. Introduce your existence to its source. That's it. That's called worship. That's called prayer. That's called everything. Simple, but practice it, not that simple. We keep forgetting and comparing.
Okay, so does it make sense then at this stage, or is it later, that you have come to the conclusion that it seems to me that existence is perfect for its purpose, which is not to make comparisons within this transient world, but rather to get to know it's perfect for that. Even if you have an eye, that's exactly what the purpose is, right?
Existence. So only through the existence that you can question, only through the existence that you can complain, only through the existence of these things that you can be angry with your creator, only through this existence that you can expect an eternal happiness. Existence of this sense only. This sense is given to you. The problem, people take these senses for granted and attribute these senses to themselves, saying that I prefer to be a happy or to have an happy existence after comparing. They don't say that, oh, do you prefer to have a happy existence? Why? How do you do that? This sense is given to you, huh?
So the fact that I'm unhappy is good because it would then serve a bigger purpose, which is to get to know the creator. Right? That's how it's
the foundation of reasoning and thinking is missed. The problem arises. Get it? Because foundation of reasoning is the reasoning is missed. What is that? The fact that you desire, for example, do you desire that everybody in the world will have a happy family life, no family quarrel? Do you desire or not? Everybody is happy. So you won't have any problem of getting married, or because definitely you will be happy. Do you desire that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do. I do. I don't want to have any family problems. I don't want to have any problem with anybody. And I don't want to have other people also. I don't want other people also to have family problems or relationship problems or unhappy in their life or in any sense. Do I have this? Okay. Now, what we do, using this sense, we complain God, saying that, why didn't you create a word like this? God says, through the teachings of the prophet, mind your business. Which means, think about the source of existence of this sense. Where did you get it? Do you understand? Where did you get this sense? It is given to you. Appreciate it. Hey, guys, those who came late, help yourself with those things there. Come on, don't wait other people who serve you. Come, stand up, stand up. Come on, go and get it. You have to learn to serve yourself, help yourself. When you go somewhere, everybody is host, everybody is guest here. Nobody is a host. So we go somewhere, we feel guests, that we are guests. And we expect the host to serve us. There is no host, there is no guest. Everybody is equal. So go and help yourself.
I have a question. So you keep on saying mind your own business. What do you mean by that?
So your business, concentrating that you have been given this sense. You have been given this sense. Whatever the sense you are using. For example, you compare, that's what we do, and accordingly we criticize the creator. Because we have preferences, yes, it is real, yes. Yes, but this sense is given to us in order to know our reality. What is the reality? That we are given existence. And the existence giver must be acknowledged first and defined. Who is the one who gives existence? Define. And try to see through your own wisdom, which is given to you, what the wisdom could be in giving this sense to me. Speak to people. I bet 99.9999999% of the people take their senses for granted that it is their property without realizing. Religious, non-religious, regardless. But only maybe a fraction of people think that what I want, for example, I want to be like this. This sense exists, eh? My creator has given me this sense. I am very happy with him. This is what I mean? First. Second step, first acknowledge that. Second step, why do you think he is the absolute one by definition? Eh? We are not going into this aspect of the discussion. He is the absolute one. Why do I think that the absolute one has not given me what I want? Yeah? So think about the purpose of your existence, responsibility that you are given as far as your consciousness is concerned. And then you can say, that is the purpose of existence in this world. It's a temporary world. It's a training place. That's the purpose of my existence here, to acknowledge the source of existence of everything. Nothing belongs to me and to anything in the universe. That is the point. The Quran says we are created just to get to know who God is. Very simple. So the prophetic language in the example today I narrated is a very, very subtle answer. Mind your business means take care of your own reality. But whatever you are, act. Whatever you are given, act according to what you are given. It's very essential. That's why it is worth repeating 1,000 times, because we never think about it. Okay. Any more?
You had a second question, didn't you?
Yes. So you also mentioned that we should understand our or appreciate basically the human qualities that we're given in a time and space dimension. What do you mean by time space dimension?
That was related to the question directed to the prophet. Has everything decided by God? The prophet said yes. Yeah? Prophet said yes. And then the man, with a very famous Sahabi, by the way, but I don't like mentioning the names, on a is a human being. Every human being asks this question. Since everything is decided, why should I bother? Look, since everything is decided by the absolute creator, now how the reasoning is false, be careful. Why should I bother here? But you are not absolute, are you? You are not absolute. So, according to the absolute, everything is known from space-wise dimension, from time dimension. Because he is the one who creates in absolute terms. So, I am given existence in this world, which is subject to space and time. So I have to mind my business within the coordination of space and time. So think about my own reality as I am created, not from the reality of absolute, because I cannot comprehend the absolute. I am bound to time and space. I can be here now. I cannot be in two places at the same time. I am created in this way. So I have to accept this reality and think about my own position. When I start thinking about my own position, what I found or realized in my own position, everything is given to me. First, who can be the giver? Question, continuation of the question. And if you realize that anything in this world cannot be the creator, very simple, but this is the very, very fundamental teachings of all prophets, La ilaha illallah. Again, another principle in thinking. If you want to solve your problems, first, we have to pay attention to La ilaha illallah. Without training La ilaha illallah, we cannot solve any problems. Any problems. Without La ilaha illallah.
It's supposed to be existence first. You have to first
So,
find out existence.
In order to,
in that process, right?
Yeah,
you'll be
correct.
able to-
In order to confirm the reality of La ilaha illallah, there is no creator, simple. There is no deity, there is no source of existence, but the one who gave existence to the whole universe. Must be, there must be. In order to make this conclusion, you have to pay attention to existence. If you don't pay attention to the existence itself as a concept, you cannot talk about the existence of God. So if you really don't pay attention to the existence of anything here, you cannot talk about God. Impossible. It means you are confusing what you heard without really using your reasoning in the proper way. Only that is another step. Existence, and after paying attention to existence, La ilaha illallah, and then you can discuss everything. Basing your argument, your thinking on these very foundations, you can solve every problem then. If you don't go to this background, you cannot solve any problem. I challenge you. I tried, there's no way. Without La ilaha illallah, you cannot solve any problem. That's why philosophy cannot answer to any human question. They say we are here to ask questions. Yeah? Yeah, you ask questions. But you cannot solve any problem because there is no La ilaha illallah in their base.
So you have to apply this when you're asking or when you're reasoning with the questions. You have to apply this, the La ilaha frame of thought.
Yes. Yeah. So when we say that we have to think about the creation of the universe, because we are within the universe, we are subject to time, space, and time limitations. We cannot get out of it. That's why we say in our discussions that if someone doesn't feel in this universe as imprisoned, chained, this person is not aware of anything. Chained. Chained what? You cannot get out of your space. You cannot get out of your time. Only if you are given existence, your existence continues. You cannot exist in two places. You cannot exist in two times. You cannot make sure that you will exist next day. Impossible. Only if you are given existence.
You mean only if I realize existence, because from what you're saying, I'm given existence, but I need to realize this existence. And when I realize this existence, then I will not be feeling constrained within this universe.
That's why without real and fundamental thinking, no one can really answer to any kind of problems. And no one can really get a satisfactory answer for any human being. And they may use some sort of language, which is, for example, the Mr. A explained the subject better than Mr. B. It makes more sense. Not really for a human being, it's an absolute satisfaction without thinking of creation. And if you don't really take a notice of the existence and referring the existence to its source, you cannot get out of this constraints. It means imprisonment. But do people feel imprisoned? They don't name it, generally speaking. Very rare people name it that, oh, we are imprisoned in this world. Somebody is playing with us. I cannot get out of time. I cannot get out of space. But these people are 1 out of 1,000,000. Now, most of the people, without realizing why, they always feel that they are restrained. They cannot fulfill what they want to have. That's why they cannot really be absolutely happy, because the universe is created in such a way that no one can be absolutely happy with this universe. Only by realizing the creator of the universe, attributing your existence, your desires to the creator, you can understand. You get out of the chain of this space and time. But this is a little bit subtle subject. We have to train ourselves really. How can we free? How can we be free in this universe? There's no way to be free within this universe, only by realizing the source of existence is the absolute one. You belong to him. You are free. By attributing your existence to him, you gain freedom. There is no other way. Some people, what do they do? In order to be free, to make sure that their future will be guaranteed, means there may be an hereafter. Religion says there is an hereafter. In the hereafter, paradise is promised. And we will be free there. Yeah, we will be free in paradise. Do you see? So let me guarantee paradise. This is not freedom. This is not freedom.
What do you mean? I didn't get that.
Sorry?
What do you mean? Some people say that there's no freedom here, but then through doing stuff, actions here,
I will gain freedom in the hereafter. Not
they're
here.
just imagining.
No, they are hoping that their actions will save them.
So it's not saving, I think it's compensation. They're going to be compensated by whatever.
It means, yes, we have to do actions, but the actions must be with consciousness of what? Taking care of my duty. As the Prophet said in the Hadith, do what you are expected to do according to your own feelings, according to your own self. If you feel that you are grateful, practice it.
Without thinking about the reward, without
No.
thinking about.
Exactly. That needs a very fine-tuned thinking. So not many people, for example, are aware of it. So if you want to, for example, if you want to be happy in this world as well as in the hereafter, because you heard that in religion there is hereafter and there will be punishment or there will be reward, the paradise, hell, and there will be another type of creation. You heard from the creation, from the religion, from the religious knowledge, religious sources. You want to guarantee your future by doing some sort of actions. Yeah, it doesn't mean that doing actions is wrong, but doing actions with this intention is wrong. Do you understand?
So the consciousness element must be there.
Yeah. So if you are not, I know you have some questions. These are very important matters, and I can discuss this matter with you only, not with other people. These are very important subjects that to be free, to want to be free is our sense given to us. And I want to be free here as well, not only in paradise after I die. How can I be free in this world? If you are not free, if you are not free here in this world, you cannot be free in paradise. So you have to gain freedom here. How? How? Get out of the chain of space and time restrictions, constraints, by attributing or realizing the source of your existence as the absolute one. You solve your problem. You don't bother, because your source of existence put you in this context, time and space, and you exist at once, at one point only, and no one can guarantee another existence. No one, the whole universe cannot guarantee that I will give you another second in your life. Nothing. Nothing can give you existence. So first we say God consciousness. God consciousness is a must. So through the God consciousness, you can be free. If you are free in this world, in the eternal life, definitely. In other words, definitely. None of my business. It is his business. He gave me the sense to be happy forever. Yeah, this sense is a news for me that the happiness forever will be created. But this is a news for me. The one who made me gave me this sense. Now, starting from Talo, whether he was the first one and then you.
So let's say I have one eye. And I've gone through the process, and I know that I was given existence. My eye was given to me, and the creator was the person who gave me this eye. The creator also gave me the need for two eyes. So I'm just trying to follow what we're saying today. Are we saying that if I ask the creator to give me another eye, that's not the way to go?
No, we shouldn't confuse the stages of thinking. First, are you aware that the one eye is given to you by the absolute one? Second, are you aware that the desire for two eyes, making comparisons that everybody has two eyes, why shouldn't I have? This desire is given to you by the creator one. So why do you think this, within your own capacity, as you are given this capacity, think about it. Why do you think the desire for two eyes are given to you? In order to acknowledge the source of the creator of eyes and the desire for two eyes. You acknowledge that, and this desire has been fulfilled. How? The absolute one definitely is the one who gives two eyes. So he wanted me to desire for two eyes, and definitely my existence will be with two eyes eternally. This is a training place, education place. Given the opportunity, you are given the opportunity. A person who has given one eye is given the opportunity to realize that he doesn't have the eye as he wants. And nothing else in the world, in the universe, can give you another eye, existence. Another eye. So you can follow creation, the principles of creation. The creation is not happening haphazardly, randomly. So You can try to solve if there is something wrong with your eyes within the constraints of the creation. And it is the desire of the creator that you have to investigate. Did you get it?
Yes.
So the purpose is being created with one or two eyes doesn't matter. The purpose is to understand the source of existence of desire for two eyes is the absolute one who gave you this sense to you. So attribute your desire to the absolute one as far as the existence is concerned. The second stage, you can say, maybe the creator might have been given some sources of curing my other eye. Yeah? Investigate it, but never forget that this in sense of investigation, whatever you are going to find through medicine, etc., are all provided by the one who created the universe. So you have fulfilled your mission of existence now by realizing that the owner of this universe is the absolute one. The owner of the eye is the absolute one. Absolute. If you cannot, if you don't trust the absolute one, whom else can you trust? No one. Nothing. Either zero or absolute. Nothing. We have to know that. No, we have no other in between. So this is in the Islamic thinking or whatever scholarship that they emphasize rightly that there is no gap between believing in God and not believing in God. Not the gap, not the gap. There is no middle way or any way, either in whatever the term is, 1 or 0.
Is it okay to get frustrated?
Sorry?
Is it okay to get frustrated?
Frustrated? No.
Yeah. Say, I want this other eye. I've been looking for this other eye. I can't find it.
This is not right, because it is a misuse of the sense given to you to recognize the giver of the eye. If you don't recognize the giver of the eye as the absolute one, you get frustrated. This sense of frustration is created for you to teach you that what you are doing is wrong. So and in any case, as the first question we started today, existence is pure good. Existence is pure good. One eye, two eyes, none eyes. Existence is pure good. So if someone is frustrated with something, it means this man is not realizing the existence. Whether he may say, I am a believer, I believe in God, pointless. Now the second, yours. And then
So you, before we switched topics a little bit, we were saying that that freedom, like you should not expect freedom and absolute happiness just in the hereafter, right? But you should expect it now, and you can attain it now.
Yeah.
And you also, so I feel that that's contradicting what we were talking about for a long time, and that there's a reason for everything in this existence, and the way that existence is created right now for us, and that we will never have absolute happiness here. We will never have absolute freedom.
yes, we will. Who said that we will never have?
No, I don't. Well, you see, that's the thing. I think we said that we will never have it here because
No.
that. Let me continue. Let me continue because, and that's good. That's not bad because it makes us. It forces us to think about why do I want happiness, absolute happiness? Why do I want absolute freedom? And if I attain it, then it's not. Then I'm going to, in some way, say that I've reached it and I'm done. And that's not the purpose of this existence. And so what I think what we're trying to say is there's a sort of a relative happiness, like a relatively I will be happier with this existence if I had a certain mindset, but it's not absolute. It can never be absolute because just the nature of this life that we're living in right now will never be absolutely happy, will never be absolutely free, and that's okay because that's the purpose of this existence. That we feel that, we see that, and we know that we don't have it, and we can never have it here, and so we strive to have it. Because if we ever reach it, then we're going to stop trying.
We will try not to have it. We will try to find the source of absolute happiness.
Right, but we're never going to reach it in this life.
Yeah, we will. Because what? How? No. At the existential level.
The definition of what the guy is saying about what he means by freedom is different from what you mean by freedom.
No, you said like I'm bound by time and space. You're always going to be bound by time and space in this life.
Yes, yes. But this is not bad.
I know that's why.
This is the
but I'm never going to be free.
No, this is the only way to search for the source of existence of not being bound by time and space.
Right.
So it means freedom. So when you find the source of existence of this desire, you say, I understood. So belief connection means this, or recognition of the creator as being the absolute source of everything is this. When you attribute the existence of anything to the one who is absolute, your sense belongs to the absolute one. And you realize that I don't care. He will take care of everything because he gave me this sense to me.
Right, but you still will never reach absolute
We will reach
freedom.
absolute freedom by attributing your existence, the existence of your sense, to the absolute being.
Right.
Now,
when you're living in this world, even if you acknowledge that you're connected to the creator of this world, the absolute source, you will have times in where you feel the shortcomings that even on your part, like you're never going to be 100% thoughtful and conscious of
nothing, not only 100%, even 1%, I cannot do it.
Right, and so you're always going to be lacking, right?
Of course, because you are not absolute.
Exactly. And so you're never going to reach absolute happiness.
So,
you're never going to reach absolute freedom in this life.
Nothing. You cannot reach anything. You cannot accomplish anything in this world. There is only one way of reaching that perfection, understanding that the source of existence is absolute. And attributing your sense or existence of anything in you, including your body, your feelings, everything, to him. You said, I belong to him. Tawakkaltu ala Allah means this. Hasbunallah means this. The Quranic teachings. It is not, I cannot do anything now. Allah, let's trust Allah now. No. Every time your consciousness must be connected to God. Not only when you cannot do anything. But what is the confusion here? Still, I think we are confusing. Thinking of the existence and the source of existence is the foundation. And then comes comparisons. Now, when I know my creator is absolute, whatever he creates is pure good. But now I am hungry, I want to have dinner. Do you see what I mean? So, although I say I am absolutely free now, at the existential level, I am absolutely free. Now, in the way that I am given existence, I need dinner. I have to search for it. But will I be frustrated? No. I will search for dinner. As I am created. My creator wanted me to search for dinner. I'm doing that.
Right.
And when you, when we forget attributing the existence of anything to the absolute source, we fall into the second stage. Second stage is comparisons in the world. I want to be free. I cannot get, yes, of course you cannot get. If you could get out of this prison of being createdness alone without connecting it to the creator, and if it was possible for 1 second, you are God. It is impossible. That is the gist of the or beauty of this La ilaha illallah. I am not the one who's going to get it. The one who gave me existence definitely gives it. Gives it. Practically, do I have to be happy? Do I have to find the dinner? Yes, I have to prefer a happier life to an unhappy life, comparatively, yeah? Comparatively. I have to compare. But I should never think that I am going to accomplish it. I am asking the absolute source by using the sense he gave it to me. I have to do it. Mind your business, huh? That is the sunnah, hadith. Mind your business. You have to do your duty. What is that? Look for dinner. And that's what you have to do in this type of creation. In other type of creation, whenever we are given that type of creation, we will experience it. Then I cannot imagine. But to make sure that everything is done here with God consciousness. Everything is done here with that means Hasbunallah or Hasbiyallah. God suffices me, which means I am aware of it. I am aware of the source. My existence is guaranteed. The existence of the desire for freedom is guaranteed. Wow. By recognizing the source of this sense of freedom as to be the absolute one. So every problem, the Quran, from the beginning to the end, emphasizes on the transience of this world. Nothing has an independent existence in this world. Read the Quran. And asking the people to believe in God, those people who believe in God, how many times? Thousands of times. Why? Everything is there. We take it, the word belief, as acceptance, let's accept this. Let's prefer it. Now, without being aware of what belief is, that's why we don't really appreciate the teaching of the Quran. God says, come on, don't worry about anything, just believe in me, you solve all your problems. But it doesn't mean that I'm not going to follow the footsteps of the best examples, the teachers, the prophets. No. That is included in your belief. These senses are given to you that you have to express it physically as well. And you need a guidance. How can I express it physically? And it is the mercy of the Creator that teaches you through, then examples are reversed. But we don't do it because we disassociate from the Prophet's life, saying that he is another person, he is ideal person, I have to struggle with my own problems. It is baseless, simple way of thinking. Baseless. I think you got, maybe, Habib, did you have a question? Okay. Or comment. It doesn't have to be a question. No.
So
So trying to link the two comments that were made in last week's discussion, this idea of like acknowledgement without an expectation of a reward, right? Like, so through being aware and acknowledging that we have endless needs, acknowledging that we're given those needs and acknowledging that we're given those needs through the Creator. And then our task, since we're bound to this world, is pursuing the order.
So our task for?
So our task is acknowledging that we're given endless needs all the time.
We are needy. We are not creators. Everything is needed, yeah.
And then, since we are bound to this world, after acknowledging this source that we're given this need, our task or our responsibility is to pursue the order. So for example, if I'm hungry, I acknowledge that hunger was given.
The second stage, yeah?
The second stage is then I have to pursue the order.
Yeah, because you are given existence within this order, and you are given the senses to follow the order, but you have to bear in mind what? You are following the will of the Creator of this order, who is absolute. You are doing a kind of exercise, practice of your belief. Practice of your belief, yeah.
So, back to linking the comments that were made. Through my following the order and seeking the order as the second stage, because the first stage is the most important of acknowledging, through looking for food or through I expect that I will be fulfilled, I will have dinner, I will be fed, I will be nourished. That's still an expectation. So when I am following the order of whatever, for my endless needs, if I can first, hopefully we can all first acknowledge that this need is given and acknowledge that my responsibility is to follow the order, I think that there's still a need to have that need fulfilled. So when I'm hungry, I expect that I'll be fed, I expect that I'll be satiated, and I expect that I'll be grateful.
Are you sure that at this stage now, the second stage we are talking, at this stage, are you sure that you cannot create anything? Every attempt you do in order to have your dinner and satisfy you is going to be created by the Absolute One. You just express and admit your neediness. Any attempt in this world that we make, is a demand, a means of acknowledgement. I cannot do it. Please do it. For example, the plant is a beautiful plant. So when you water the plant, it means I want them to grow and be alive or flourish or blossom. That's what I want. I cannot make them. So the order, the way the Creator creates this world, teaches you, put water there. So what you do, when you water the plant, you obey the will of the Absolute. If you have this consciousness, you will be very happy because you are practicing the connection with the Absolute. If you don't have this consciousness, it becomes a burden. Why have to water the plants? It is a duty on me. It is a burden on me. This is the difference. And even the religious requirements turn into burden. Why? Because we don't understand that our actions within this universe is nothing but a prayer. We cannot create anything. We cannot give existence to anything. Not only we, nothing in the universe can give existence to anything. That is the best, the most important message we receive from the prophets as a help. La ilaha illallah.
So I acknowledge that I can't create sustenance or nourishment. I acknowledge that I can't create, and I still when I'm pursuing the order, looking for food, looking for dinner, and acknowledging that I can't create it, I acknowledge that I need it, I acknowledge that I'm hungry, and I acknowledge that if I don't get fed, I will be very frustrated. Right? So then I'm fed and then I feel better. Okay.
All these senses are given to you to acknowledge that you are created and you need a creator.
So then when it comes to more complicated things, hunger is very easy. But when it comes to more complicated things like happiness, security, my existence to be, my need for happiness and peace all the time, that's much more complicated than hunger. I think that what we were saying in this discussion before is that there will be significant moments of frustration because there is always a new moment of a new need to expose my new need for endless peace and tranquility and happiness, which is not being fulfilled, brand new, 1 minute past, 10 minutes from now, 2 days from then.
This is a
continuous moments of reminders of frustration because my need for eternal happiness and peace and is not being fulfilled. So back to what Brother Ihab was saying,
you cannot
I can't fulfill it, so it keeps me needed.
You cannot create anything. There is nothing to create anything, but you all are in need of the absolute. Acknowledge.
So that can the conclusion to our collective calamity or chaos be that there are always going to be endless moments of frustration because our needs are for infinite happiness, sustenance, pleasure, whatever. And since this world is transient, that constant frustration is going to always exist as long as we are in a time-space dimension, as like Brother Ihab was saying, a constant, renewed reminder to seek the source of existence. So we are always just in a process of being reminded through pains and frustration to seek the source of existence, brand new until we die. It's a brand new reminder of frustration and connectedness, hopefully.
Only through acknowledging the Creator as the absolute one, the absolute Creator, you can be free.
In that moment is a freedom, but then a moment, two moments from then, you'll be frustrated again and have to go through that vicious cycle one more time.
It's a
training,
call,
right? So
call again.
So then
but it doesn't make you imprisoned. So it is a reminder again. I'm very happy with the reminder. So you are not going to create. I cannot guarantee anything. I am absolutely in need. I am the absolutely needy one, and my being, with all its feelings, everything, belongs to the absolute one, and my consciousness realizes that I have nothing to worry.
So then can the conclusion be that through the training of endless new moments of frustration, we will come, or hopefully we will arrive to a point of time where we acknowledge the reality that we will be always needy, always frustrated, as a reminder to be connected. And then through that awareness of that circle, then I can find ease that this frustration is now another reminder that I will always be taken care of eternally if I remember that.
So that's why, do we understand that why the prophets always reminded, believing God, believing God, believing God? There's nothing, believing God. Not that I believe in God, nothing happened. No, really believe in God. Be aware of it and really keep your consciousness for as long as you live in this world. But to me, if you read the Quran or scripture sent by God, without falling into the conventional or traditional cultural understanding, makes you feel absolutely confident. Why people don't feel confident? Not because they want to deny. Very rare people want to deny. There is a big boundary. There is a big hindrance of cultural religious understanding. If you cannot get out of it, you cannot really understand anything. We are about to stop, yeah. So I think you didn't have the chance to say something.
Yes, I mean, on the culture, the problem I see with it is that the cultural option is that it's circular reasoning. And so I think now I understand more, like mind your own business is to me more like, okay, when you start with yourself, you're able to rationalize and move forward. But when you, in the cultural realm, they already feed you the conclusion. And so you start using that to feed into your arguments, and it's just very circular.
Circular.
Yeah. So that's mind your own business.
Yeah, it's a beautiful advice. You can only expect from a prophet to teach this. None of the philosophers can say this. Couldn't say it so far. Anyway, that's why they gave up. They said philosophy cannot give an answer. They ask questions. Quick one, please.
So I guess my final comment is what Ihab was saying. If we can acknowledge the fact that we are always going to be reminded that this world is transient and unable to fulfill our needs in order to keep us connected to the source of existence.
But I would interrupt you. This world is transient, is correct, but the second stage. First stage is this world has been given existence. But it has been given existence in such a way that, according to my perception, it is transient.
So then there's
Existence should not be neglected.
So there's moments where, again, moments of existence, every existence is a new moment. There's moments where I will experience that peace, tranquility, when I can be reminded and be connected, that I will be for sure, my existence is secure, hasbunallah, my existence, and all of my needs will be taken care of. But since that only happens, but since that only happens a moment of the time, and most of the moments are our frustrations to guide us to that conclusion, and we will always be in that. Therefore, we will always be not that happy because those moments, exactly.
Because whenever you forget this connection, it means plug off. What do you take? Plug off.
Unplugged.
Not socket, but what? Unplug.
When you unplug.
Unplug the machine. There is no electricity.
But we are made in a way that we are usually unplugged. We are made in a way that we forget more than we remember.
In our own nature. But we have the consciousness that this is not our reality. Do you understand? So, we are created beings. That's our nature. That's how we are made. Thank the Creator that we are created and we have the consciousness of createdness. So we understand that we have a Creator. It's very simple. So can you imagine that we didn't have the awareness of being created? What will happen? What would happen? We would never find the source of our existence.
And we wouldn't be held accountable for it.
No, so we won't have any consciousness. We won't be as we are. You are right. Thank you very much. To stop. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم الحمد لله رب العالمين